Hello everyone, this is StrawberryShorty back with Death School, and we're in the log right now because the add button refused to work right, so I ended up skipping two different lines. The first is, we stand together and face the direction of the footsteps, braced for anything. At last, two people walk around the corner. And then we get these two, with Saki saying, it's Saki and Akira. They must have gotten trapped here after the literature club meeting finally ended, just like Natsumi. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I thought you two must have made it out in time. Yeah, I can't tell if we're not supposed to have a lot of you. Ugh, drives me nuts. I was correct. For some reason the music cut out again, I swear. And so much time had passed and we hadn't seen anyone else here. I didn't think there was any point in specifically searching for other students. I'm sorry, too. You don't have to apologize. We thought we were the only ones here. I'm not 100% in her voice. It's such a relief to see other people. So we're the only other people you've seen in the school? Well, the only living ones anyway. Does that mean Nanako spoke to them just like she spoke to us? What should I ask? So you met Nanako, or then we don't need to explain the situation. I'll talk about Nanako. So you met Nanako? That's right, she explained everything to us. Isn't this cool? I've always wanted to meet a ghost. You have a weird definition of cool. If you really enjoy that sort of thing, though, I can tell you more about spirits. Huh? Oh, you're the new girl, aren't you? The one everyone says is, good to meet you. We've been searching for the 4 keys. Mako has a sixth sense that alerts her to danger, so she's able to help us avoid traps. Hey, that's a good strategy. Thank you. We have 1 key, so that means we just need to find 3 more. I also have a map of the school, which is at least of some help. We also have one of the keys. You do? Yes. Not only did we find Saki and Akira, but now we have 2 of the 4 keys we need to escape. Maybe our luck really has turned around. That just feels like a death flag. Ray gets out her map. Do you know what room you found the key in? Should have asked that before you got the map. It was difficult to tell when we opened the door. The floor was gone, like it had crumbled away. Uh-oh. What? I could see a key on the other side of the room, though I managed to jump across to the part of the floor that remained intact. It was terrifying. I thought for sure he was going to fall to his death. Oh, man. Awkward. The 4 of us who were present for Mitsuru's death exchanged glances. Could that have been the same room? Almost certainly, since the trap had already been sprung when these 2 arrived. That was our home room, right? I'll mark it on the map. What, you had been to that room before, but you didn't find the key? It was before we knew about the keys, or the traps. Mitsuru and I walked into the classroom together and he fell. Oh no! When you went in there, was there any sign of him? Any noise from below the classroom, or anything? I'm afraid not. No, Mitsuru. This grim reminder makes it hit home once again that one of our classmates is dead, and we could easily follow if we aren't careful. We're just writing this guy off as dead with no proof. Mitsuru, I wish I could have saved you. Let's go back to the base. Let's go back to the base. We need to get Saki and Akira settled in, and then we can start planning our next move. Base? You'll see. Mako, lead the way. I don't know that we need to show them to the base. And since there's food here, we decided to use it as our base. Whoa, it's like a sanctuary. That is the idea, yes. This is our one safe place in the school. Safe, but is it really? We're in a school where classrooms can switch spots on a whim and an invisible wall prevents us from leaving. How can we really be so sure this place is safe? What's wrong, Shorty? You look gloomy all of a sudden. Is it really that sudden when we were just talking about one of our classmates' deaths? Any one of us could die. We need more positive waves than that. Positive waves? She snaps her fingers. I know what'll make you feel better. What? Talking to me. Huh? Talking to people is much better than bottling up all your feelings, you know. Besides, I'm an expert at cheering people up. Oh, brother. What, you have something to add? Just because people laugh at your jokes doesn't mean you're an expert at cheering people up. Okay, you don't quite get it. I think you're the one who doesn't get it. Some things need more than a few laughs, you know. But... She looks stunned and a bit hurt. Shorty, you know what I'm talking about, right? Talking to me always cheers you up, doesn't it? She looks so unhappy, like she never even considered the possibility that it wouldn't help. Will talking to Natsumi make me feel better? Yes, talking to you always helps me, or sorry, talking to you won't help. Well, we can't pick the bottom one. Thanks, talking to you always helps me. See, it's working already. She sits down at the area we set out for meals, and I sit with her. Just do what I do and let all the hardships roll right off your back. How can you do that at a time like this? I focus on the bright side. Just think about how much worse things could be. Such as, well, school could look like a rundown elementary school. Well, we might be trapped in a haunted school full of deadly traps, but we could be sitting in math class right now. Or worse yet, the school could have called in one of those boring speakers, and we'd have to sit there being quiet, pretending to pay attention. I'm not sure that's... Or the school cafeteria could be serving carrots. I can't help it. I start laughing. Stop that. I must be doing something right because you're laughing. Trying to say those things are worse than our current position is just ridiculous. But you're still feeling better than you were a minute ago, right? Well, yes. Mission accomplished. No, not mission accomplished. I'm not feeling better because I saw the bright side of our situation, but because you're so charming, dazzling, uplifting. Not quite what I was thinking. I cheered you up, and that's all that matters. Thanks. It's what I do. Remember that club meeting when Akira was so upset after it rained and his copy of the book we were reading got all messed up? Oh yeah, he was pretty down. I got him to see the bright side of things, and then he felt all better. Then there was that time you were mad because the book you wanted to read always lost the vote. I wasn't mad. Oh, yes, you were. But then I helped you see how enjoyable it was to broaden your horizons with other books. No, you didn't. You just threw things at me until I started reading. It worked, didn't it? Well, I did feel better after that. I guess this is Natsumi's special talent. Cheering people up through completely unorthodox methods that work due to sheer absurdity. You know, I always loved the literature club. One of the best parts about it was seeing you there. I looked forward to it every time because we get to talk. Ah, Shorty, since you said something like that, something that sweet, I'll let you in on a little secret. She reaches out and takes my hand in hers, clasping them gently. Seeing you is always one of my favorite parts, too. Once we get out of this, I hope we can have many more club meetings, just like we used to. Always, Shorty. No, I mean it. After I graduate, I'll just send you an email every month telling you what book we're going to read together. You don't need an excuse like that to email me. Then let's keep our spirits high for the sake of the literature club, our future emails, and everything else. Okay, and if my spirits start flagging again, I know who to go to. I'll always be here whenever you need me. She lets go of my hands at last, and for a moment I think she's flustered until she meets my gaze and winks. It takes a lot to embarrass her. You know what I think we should do? We should look for the library. What, you think there's a key hidden in there? Maybe, but I mainly want to look into the student's history. There must be the school's history. There must be some reason things like this are happening, right? Maybe something happened in the past to cause it. Huh. That's an interesting theory. I'm surprised. Hey, I might act carefree, but I do pay attention to what's going on around me. I want to understand this as much as anyone. Ray does not seem to like Natsumi. I'm glad to hear that. As they continue talking, I close my eyes to try to relax. Maybe it really is safe in this room. And anyway, Mako will warn us if there's any immediate danger. It's not exactly easy to relax in a place like this, but staying tense all the time isn't healthy. I need to do the best I can. Still, though, I can't help but think about what Natsumi said just now. Could there really be something in the school's history that caused this nightmare? I wonder what Mako thinks about that. She understands this stuff more than the rest of us do. I open my eyes. Mako is sitting a short distance away, staring off into space. I hesitate and then get up and walk over to her so I can sit down across from her. It's not like I'm going to relax much anyway, especially now that I have something on my mind. Do you have a minute? Of course, Shorty. Did you hear what Natsumi said? What do you think? Could all this be the result of something that happened in the past? It's possible. Something tragic could cause a buildup of darkness. Really? That's all there is to it? What should I say? How can tragedy cause something like this? Or does that mean no one's doing this to us intentionally? I don't think either of these are good. I'll say the first one, even though I already know, because we've played other games like this. How can tragedy cause something like this? Negativity clings to a place. When too much is concentrated in the same spot, it can start to influence the physical world. Huh. Any sort of negative emotions can linger, especially grief and hatred. They're the strongest and often prevent spirits from moving on as well. Like Nanako, this would have to go further back than that, though, wouldn't it? If the incident 10 years ago was supernatural in origin, yes, the tragedy that caused it would have to precede that. If? We weren't there. We don't have all the details. If the tragedy that befell Nanako and her classmates was engineered by the living, its lingering horror could have made it reoccur now. This stuff makes my head hurt. I think it'd be kind of freaky if it turned out that whatever happened back then was, like, not magic, like someone was playing a prank. I'm sorry. No, I'm just glad you're here. At least someone understands this sort of thing. I suppose being closer to the spirit realm has its uses. Of course it does. It's far more than just this. We'd be lost without you and your powers. I'm glad. Did I say something wrong? I know she's had trouble in the past with people misunderstanding her powers, but you think that would make her happier that people appreciate what she can do now? I don't want to trouble you with my thoughts. No, it's fine. Go ahead. My powers have always been more of a curse than a blessing. Because people misunderstand them? That's a part of it, but it also causes a strain on me. I sense so many things. Sometimes I even see things other people can't. Oh yeah, she had a lot of trouble even being in our school because of all the darkness she felt. I'm sorry, it must seem pretty cold of us to be celebrating your powers when they cause you pain. No, I didn't mean to imply that. Are you sure? It's okay if you feel that way. I'm happy that my powers can help you all, yet I've always been different. I know I'm different. Sometimes I wonder why, and wish I was like everyone else. I understand. Now, suddenly being who I am is a good thing, or at least a necessary one. She stares down at her hands and fiddles with the edge of her sleeve. I am afraid that once we are safe, my powers will go back to being a curse. No one will want to deal with me once I'm no longer necessary. Does she really think that we're that cold? Then again, she might have a point. Most of our classmates just saw her as the creepy new girl. Everyone wants her around now, but once we escape, will she be alone again? What should I tell Mako? I'll always see your powers as a blessing, or we'll see what happens. For the first one. I'll always see your powers as a blessing. You will? Yes. You don't have to say that just to make me feel better. I'm not. I think your powers are amazing. Amazing? She blushes and looks down at her hands again like she did before, but this time it seems more from embarrassment than discomfort. No one's ever said anything like that to me before. I can see how your powers would disturb people, but you just need to focus on the positives. You can help so many people. I try. Well, I used to try more than I do now. People often ignore my warnings. I could still help people. Maybe I could even help you. If you sense someone was in danger, we could work together to help them reach safety. You would do that? Sure, if you wanted me to. That sounds nice. I'd feel more like a hero instead of an aberration. You're far from an aberration, Mako. We never would have made it this far without you. Thank you. I've been wondering, do your powers let you talk to spirits? Regular spirits, I mean, not someone like Nanako who appeared to us intentionally. You mean like a medium? I don't know. I've never tried that sort of thing. If you could, that's another way you could help people. What if an evil spirit takes over her, though? And if you can sense darkness and negative buildup and things like that, just think about how much you could help people uncover forgotten history. I think you're pushing a lot onto this girl. Huh? Suppose someone discovers an ancient city or a building no one knew about. You could work with them to help piece together what happened there based on the emotions attached to it. Oh, yes, I suppose I could. Only if you want to do these things, of course. What if I want to live a normal life as a normal girl? That seems like the one thing I can't have. You could. How? By hiding what I can feel? Well, would she be hiding it because she wants to act normal, or because that's the only way she thinks other people will treat her like a normal girl? I take a deep breath. If you wanted to ignore your powers, of course you could. No one should force you into using them, but if I didn't, then nothing would change. Sure it would, as long as you spent time with people who saw you for who you are, instead of only seeing your powers. Someone who would treat me normally even though they knew what I could do? Yes. Would you be that person, Shorty? Yes. You would? I think your powers are amazing, Mako, but there's more to you than that. I'll never turn against you because of your powers, and I'll treat you like a normal girl if that's what you want. Oh, Shorty, I want to believe you. I want to believe that you'll still be by my side even when we escape. I reach out and take her hand in mine. I will be, I promise. I'll do everything in my power to get us out of here safely. I know you will. Me too. I look at Ai in surprise. Of all the people to chime in with support for Mako, I didn't expect it to be her. Mako looks just as startled. I know we haven't gotten along, but I want to make sure we will all survive. That's what Mitsuru would want. So I'll support you in any way I can. Thank you. Wow, if even these two are getting along, maybe there's hope for us after all. Just as I'm finally starting to relax after all, Saki lets out a terrified scream. Saki is screaming, what could have happened? Is our sanctuary not such a safe place after all? Do more dangers await us despite our momentary victory? Find out in the next chapter. I mean, I thought that was an earthquake happening, and my earlier prediction was coming true, but apparently not. It's probably going to be something. It's probably going to be nothing. I'll continue on. Saki's scream shatters the peacefulness of the home ec room. Oh no, what now? I jump up and turn to see Saki staring in horror at a hovering figure. I didn't mean to frighten you. Ha ha. Oh, it's just Nanako. Why does Saki still look so scared, though? Nanako? Why have you come? I believe I have located one of the remaining keys. I hoped I could guide you to it. She really has been searching for the keys herself, then. Between our efforts and Nanako's, we should be able to escape this place. Saki, are you okay? It's just Nanako. Huh? Oh, now I understand. I'm sorry for screaming, everyone. I'm still totally not sure about her voice. She ducks her head and gives us all a sheepish look. I was feeling a bit too calm anyway. I needed something to get my blood pumping. I really am sorry. This is the first time I've seen her, so I didn't realize she was the ghost you all mentioned. Wait a minute, what? You hadn't met Nanako until now? No. Nanako appeared to me before I met up with Saki. I told her all about what Nanako said. But knowing isn't the same as seeing a ghost pop up in front of me. I'd assumed the two of them were together when we learned about the keys, so Saki only knows about the keys because Akira told her. I feel suspicious. What should I do? Ask Nanako why she didn't appear to Saki separately, or ask Saki why she didn't mention this earlier? I'll pick the first one. Why would she mention it? Nanako, why didn't you appear to Saki separately? It's not like she only appears to groups after all. Not only did she talk to Akira alone, but she appeared to Natsumi before the rest of us found her. I would have, but there was no need. No need? The ghost points toward Akira. Shortly after I spoke to him, he found her. There was no need for me to explain the situation to her directly after that. I guess that's true. There was no point, except maybe to save Saki from being startled just now. That doesn't matter now. What's important is that Nanako can guide us to the third key. Yes, I can lead you there as soon as you're ready. Does that mean break time is over? Take all the time you need. I will be able to find my way to the correct room, even if some time has passed. All right, everyone. Take a few more minutes to rest up. We'll probably have another trap to contend with after all. I settle down again and close my eyes. I wonder what the trap will be like this time. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to deal with it as long as we work together. After that, we'll only have one more to find. How are you holding up, Shorty? I jump and open my eyes. Ray is sitting right alongside me. You startled me. Sorry, I thought you liked having company. Maybe just not mine, huh? What are you talking about? It's nothing. I just came over to check on you. I'm doing fine, I guess. That chat with Natsumi must have perked you up. Or was it when you went to talk to Mako? This is kind of starting to feel like a mishmash of all other games. Like the girl with spiritual powers, and the cursed skull from Locker of Death, the jealous childhood friend, and the wanting a change in life from Class of the Living Dead. I don't know what you're talking about, but aren't you the one who said we should take some time to rest? I see, I'm bothering you. I'll leave you alone then so you can rest. Or so you can talk to someone else if that's what you prefer. Huh? All of her strange remarks are starting to add up. Are you jealous because I was talking to Natsumi and Mako earlier? You can talk to anyone you want, Shorty. She stands up, and I can tell from her stiff posture that she really is jealous. Just because I want to rest now, she must have taken that to mean I'm less interested in talking to her than to the other girls. Like I said, I'll just leave you alone now since that's what you want. She sounds so hurt. What should I say? Ray, you're more special to me than anyone else, or yes, please leave me alone. Wow, that's mean. So the first one. Ray, you're more special to me than anyone else. She rolls around to face me again, eyes wide. What did you say? I said you're more special to me than anyone else. I don't know for sure what made you feel this way, but you don't have to worry about anything. There's no need to be jealous. I wasn't jealous. Uh-huh. I just felt like I was bothering you, that's all. And she kept bringing up Natsumi and Mako, so I think this is pretty clearly jealousy no matter how she tries to spin it. Something made you think I don't want you around anymore. I can tell, but that's not true. Are you sure? She slowly sits down alongside me again. You don't have to lie to me just because we're friends. I'm not lying. But you said... You caught me at a bad time, Ray. I'm tired, stressed, and trying to figure everything out. I wanted a little time to rest, but that has nothing to do with you. I suppose I should have viewed this situation more logically before I reacted. Emotions are rarely logical. Normally, I don't let mine run away with me, though. It happens to all of us sometimes. I'm sorry I disturbed your rest, Shorty. It's not a problem. I know you just wanted to talk. I'll let you rest now. We can talk later. Thanks. You don't necessarily have to leave, though. Okay. I closed my eyes and let out a long breath. I thought we were heading for trouble. There. Why would Ray suddenly start feeling jealous, though? Is it because of the situation we're in? I know being under a lot of stress can make you start reacting differently to things. We don't need people getting jealous in this situation. That didn't end well in Corpse Party. This train of thought isn't relaxing at all, so I try to force those thoughts away. Suddenly, someone touches my shoulder. Ugh, sorry. I open my eyes and look at her. She's no longer sitting, but is now standing behind me. What are you doing? I was going to give you a shoulder massage. Oh, what? Why? To help you relax. A nice shoulder massage is the perfect thing to make your worries go away. You don't have to do that for me. I want to. Besides, I expect you to return the favor someday. In that case, then I accept. All right, then close your eyes. I shut my eyes again, and Ray begins massaging my shoulders. Her touch is firm but gentle, and her hands are warm. Soon I find myself feeling much better than I did before. Maybe everything's going to work out after all. Once everyone is ready to go, we gather at the door near Nanako. Follow me. We follow Nanako out of the room. First floor hallway this time? Ugh, this is ridiculous. I'll give them credit that at least these hallways look different. This way. She glides down the hallway in front of us, and we follow together as a group. Mako walks just behind Nanako, with Ray leading the rest of us behind her. I sense danger approaching. Grave danger for us all. Well, that's ominous. What sort of danger? Is it because of the key? Possibly. It's difficult to say. Nanako leads us toward the doors of the school's library. Is that where the key is? No, but this is the quickest path. She goes straight through the closed doors, leaving us in the hallway. Mako? I still sense danger approaching, but it is not immediate. The library is safe. Great, so it's just a general sort of doom hanging over us. Good to know. With Mako's confirmation, we open the library doors and follow Nanako inside. The door on the other end of this library leads into the hall closest to the key. Let's hurry then. Hang on a minute. What's wrong? Remember what I was saying earlier about how something in this school's history might have caused what we're going through now? Yeah, I remember. What about it? We're in the library. It's where she wanted to go. Well, what if the library has that information? There's loads of local history books in here, right? Let's look for them. I'm not sure that's the best use of our time. Across the room, Nanako has already reached the other door and is now waiting for us to join her. Ray's right. Why waste time here when we could be making progress toward our escape? Is it really a waste of time, though? I mean, understanding what's going on here might help us a lot. A buildup of negative energy could certainly be the source of our trouble. So what? Let's just focus on getting out of here. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm searching the library. We're not leaving anyone here alone. Guess you're stuck waiting for me then. No, you're coming with us. I'm taking her side if I get a choice. Hey, this hardly seems fair. Why are we automatically doing what you guys want? It's not like you have the majority. That's right. Shorty, what do you think? Why me? Because it's a tie. If you side with me, we'll have the majority, right? Fine, Shorty, cast your vote. Do we press on after Nanako now, or do we let Natsumi do her research here first? Shorty won't let me down. I'm suddenly acutely aware of everyone's gazes on me, especially Natsumi with her hopeful, happy smile. What should I do? I'm with Natsumi on this, or checking the library would be a waste of time. I'm with Natsumi. My gems. I'm with Natsumi on this. Yes! She jumps forward and gives me a high five. I knew you wouldn't let me down, Shorty. All right, since you have the majority, we'll take a little time here while you research whatever you think will help us. I will inform Nanako of our delay. If she's mad, just blame me. Actually, don't. I don't want a ghost mad at me. Blame Shorty. Hey, you know you'd take the wrath of an angry ghost for me, Shorty. Now come on, let's get researching. I hope we learned something. Natsumi and I head through the library until we find the shelf devoted to the section devoted to local history. Aw, man. What's wrong? I figured that have it split into a section for town history, a section for school history, stuff like that. Instead, it's all jumbled together. It's not jumbled, it's alphabetical by author. Are you telling me the town and school history aren't all mixed up instead of being separated? Well, no. Then it's jumbled. Oh, Natsumi, just because something doesn't follow your particular organizational scheme doesn't mean it's an incoherent mess. Guess we'll just have to start looking for relevant titles. Let's do this. Wow, look at that book. She grabs a book from the shelf and starts flipping through it. I scan the titles and find one about the founder of our school, so I try that one. Wow, the school is older than I thought. It was founded a long time ago. I look through the book, but it's mainly about the founder's life. I don't see anything here that's going to help us. After skimming the remaining pages, I put the book back on the shelf and scan it for any other likely titles. There, a history of the town from around the time of the school's founding. I grab the book just as Natsumi reaches for another one as well, and her hands brush. Oh, Shorty, flirting in the library? Thinking you might take advantage of the privacy? Privacy? There's one bookshelf between us and 5 of our classmates. Where's your sense of adventure? That's not my idea of adventure. boring. She laughs and starts looking through the next book. Shaking my head, I do the same. This doesn't look like it's going to be helpful either. Here's part that references the skull being built, but it looks like it's just covering the same details as before. Wait a minute. Hey, listen to this. Concerns were raised over the plot of land because local legend claimed a mass grave lay underneath. A subsequent excavation turned up no signs of the fabled grave, and construction of the skull went forward. Whoa, that's about our school? Yeah, now it says the excavation showed nothing, but still, if our skull really is built on top of a mass grave, no wonder it's haunted. What a horrible thought. I don't think a mass grave sounds interesting, but we'll see. A little too cliche. Well, I guess we've kept the others waiting long enough. Now we know what to look for if we find time to come back to the library. Well, that was disappointing. True. And since you're the one that found it, she winks, leans close, and then kisses me on the cheek. That was your prize. My prize? What, not a good enough prize? Then we'll try again sometime when we are one bookshelf away from 5 of our classmates. Natsumi! What? Come on, let's get back to the others. She grabs my hand and we hurry back to where the others have been waiting for us. They weren't helping? Well, we've got a lead thanks to our hero Shorty. Now we're ready to follow Nanako. I see. It's not as dramatic as Natsumi made it sound. I elbow Natsumi, but she just responds with a cheeky smirk. We cross the library and join Nanako at the other door. This way. The door Nanako leads us to is right across the hall from the library. This is the one. She floats forward and disappears into the classroom. I still sense danger approaching, but it's not immediate. What does that even mean? We should be safe to cross the threshold and see what we're dealing with. She steps forward and opens the door. Hey, I know where we are. This is the lab where we have biology. Unlike a lot of the other classrooms we've seen, this one looks perfectly normal. It's this room that's always the one that's the most dangerous. The lab tables are set up like always. The anatomical model of the human body stands in the corner, and numerous scientific charts cover the walls. That skeleton. I mean, I'm not just saying it because of the intro. I've played Corpse Party. I believe there is a key in here. Where is it? The skeleton has it. I do not know that specifically, only that it is here. Great, what do we do now? Be careful. The sense of danger is growing, but I still can't pinpoint its location. We need to figure out a way to find the key. What should I suggest? Let's search the classroom for anything suspicious. Let's study the classroom for I think we have to search it. Let's search the classroom for anything suspicious. Like a trap? Preferably a less dangerous sort of suspicious, like a locked drawer. Hey, maybe there isn't a trap in this room at all. Maybe the challenge here is just finding the key. Oh, I hope so. This place is unsettling. I thought he'd be freaking out a lot more. Be careful, the sense of danger is growing stronger. What? Where's it coming from? I don't know. It's like something is stirring or approaching us. Something going to burst in through the door, or maybe through the windows? I look around, trying to see any sign of a threat. It's getting stronger. It's almost here. Can't you tell me anything more? A soft rattling sound makes me freeze. I turn slowly toward the sound. I knew it! Pixel skeleton! In the corner, the anatomical model moves. Like a robotic monster in an old science fiction film, it takes one jerky step forward, then another. We need to get out of here. Her cry jolts me out of my paralysis. We all run from the classroom door. I want to know what would happen if it caught us. No. Help. Someone help me. I whirl around. The model clutches Ai's arm with one hand. As she struggles to free herself, it clamps its other arm around her. Help. Ai, no. I run forward to help her, but even as I take my first step, the machine tightens its grip on Ai. Oh gosh, Ai, no! Then with one quick horrible motion, it snaps her neck and lets her lifeless body fall to the ground. Ai is dead? We've lost another classmate while searching for the third key. Can we find the remaining keys in time? Will the rest of us get out alive? Or will the skull's traps claim all of us one by one? Find out in the next chapter! That was dark and shocking, and I feel really bad for Ai. Could we have prevented her death? I somehow don't think so. Oh look! It scratched out her eyes! Poor Ai. Eyes. So, did the skeleton frighten you? Let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!